First of all, I've got to give Coach Moser and his staff and their whole program a ton of credit because for a team to be on a 3-game losing streak with their back to the wall, they could have easily caved. We had them down, I think 5 in the first half, and they kept fighting. End up going in the half up 11. So, and then we came out, made a run on them the first couple of minutes of the second half. They called the timeout, went on another run. Thought played pretty well from there. So I got to look in the mirror and see what I got to do better as a coach to get our guys a lot more ready to play to start these games. I did think inserting Houston in the starting lineup, and I didn't think it was as much about who came out of the lineup as just putting Houston in there for any one of pretty much any of them outside of Aiden Sherrill, just to get our energy where it needed to be. And he got it where it needed to be to start that second half. So huge run to start the second half. I thought if we could play that hard for the first 20 minutes, we wouldn't have been down 11. But I got to figure out what we got to do to get us playing harder for 40 minutes, not wait until we get down. We did it at Mississippi State on the road. We wait till we get down 14, and then we turn it up, go on a run. So we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job as a head coach, getting these guys motivated to give us better effort, for 40 minutes. But, man, we had some guys step up there late. We made some big threes. Barron hit back-to-back threes to tie it, being down 6 there pretty late. Houston hit the big three to go up 1. We got some stops, and I think we turned them over 3 times in the last 3 minutes. So it came down to winning time there in the last 3-4 minutes, and we had some guys make some plays. So super proud of the way we responded, and especially things didn't go well. We're missing free throws. We got to do a way better job at the free throw line, but for us to miss all the free throws, have the tough call, trying to foul to make sure they don't get a 3 off, and them calling it on the shot. We got to do a better job as coaches executing that, but we did enough to get a win. Now we got a week off. We got to go back, get healthy, get ourselves ready to go for these last 13 conference games.
Start on the right over here.
Yeah, this is Gary on really well. Just curious what you thought of maybe how he's improved this season and his performance today.
Listen, when we had I like Darian a lot. I love Darian. I love Maria's mom. They're really good people. They're about the right stuff. He just was never healthy the whole year with us. He was out with all kinds of injuries, and he just never could get in a flow. So, he's been able to stay healthier. So obviously getting in a lot better flow. I thought he played almost 30 minutes today at 16 and 9. He led the team in rebounds with 9. I thought he made some really big plays. He posted up our center and scored on our center. So, he's tough. He's hard-nosed. He's athletic. He's a great kid. And pulling for him. Wish he hadn't played as well as he did today because it's on us. But he's a great kid. Hopefully he plays really well moving forward. He's been pretty good for him.
All right, we'll go on Zoom. Nick Kelly. Nick, we can't hear you. Charlie.
Yeah, Coach, the second game in a row, you got big minutes from Aiden Sherrill. Just have you seen him kind of progress over the course of the year?
Yeah, he's come on great. He wasn't really a rim protector for us last year. He only had 1 block shot today, but our team as a whole didn't have a ton of block shots. Some of that was, maybe how Oklahoma plays. But, he won the hard hat. He had the most blue collar points today. I thought he was pretty good. He's been really good kind of running the interior of our defense, rebounding the ball. It's kind of like at the end, do we take him out? Do we leave him in? We take him out to switch, but we need to rebound, so we're kind of leaving him in to grab rebounds. I thought, I'm looking here, our defense was 64 points per 100 possessions better with him on the floor. So that'll tell you what he means to our defense. Our offense was 19 points better with him on the floor. He impacts the game, both sides of the floor really well. You know, and again, he didn't have as many blocks, but this was a team in Oklahoma that settled for a lot more mid-range pull-ups. You know, third of their shots were pull-ups, so he didn't have the opportunity to. And they don't post much either, so it's not like he was guarding a lot of post-ups, and then their guards, instead of driving down, were settling for a lot. And you know, we're kind of comfortable with them taking more those mid-range pull-ups. You know, and he wasn't able to block as many shots, but I thought he rebound, protect the interior, maybe his presence in there deterred him from driving in as far. I don't know, but he's been great for us, and he's got back-to-back 20-point games. First time in his career he's had it. You know, he stepped up to the line last game. I think it was 10 for 11. He's 3 of 4, so 13 of 15 from the free throw line in the last 2 games, and really playing well for us.
Katie.
What kind of teaching point is the free throw line from a game like today that you can use to this team going forward?
To me, you got to get locked into winning the game. Like when you're skilled, you're talented, and you're locked into making winning plays, you go to the line, you make free throws. Like you spend enough time in the gym that you're not overthinking it. I mean, the free throw is the one thing in the game of basketball that there's zero variance to, other than the variance you put in your own mind. And if you put enough time in the gym and turn yourself into dang near a machine that you're doing the same thing every time at the line, you just step up and you make them. So we got to get our guys in the gym. We got a week off. They got to get in the gym. They got to spend more time. They got to earn the right to make the free throws by putting the time in. They got to earn the right by being about the right stuff. We obviously weren't about the right stuff to start this game, and I think that translated to us not making free throws when we needed to, because we weren't making them in the first half when we weren't locked into playing both sides of the ball. So, yeah, we got to get better at a lot of things, and that's right up at the top.
Blake.
Yeah, LeBaron was huge late for you guys. Just how much trust do you have in him late in the game, especially after he had a pretty inefficient start to the game?
I mean, he's made big shots. He's played well down the stretch. Go back to that Illinois game up in Chicago when they couldn't really guard him late. You know, the thing with him is he's shooting it a lot better than he was. So they got to honor him from the 3. He's a physical driver. He's quick. He's shifty. He can get in the paint. He's got all the shot fakes when he can get in the paint, get you up. You know, crafty. He had that 3-point play. I can't remember if he actually made the free throw or not, but kind of the reverse when he got fouled. Like, you know, you can switch him. You can blitz him. He's good getting the ball out of his hands. You can decide what you want to do. Switch him. Drop him if he's in a drop. He's pretty good shooting those paint floaters. So it's hard to figure out how to guard him in ball screens, and I think he plays pretty well in space. So, you know, and he hit those 2 big threes. I mean, to me, he's a gamer. He's got to make his free throws, and you know, he's as upset as anybody with it because he's a competitor. So I'm sure he'll be in the gym quite a bit over this next week.